Good evening. You thought the football season was over, didn't you? Well, it's not. There's always room for a little bit more. So here it is, the 2009 Confederations Cup, bringing together the kings of every continent and the host of the tournament of next year's World Cup, South Africa. With Italy, Brazil and Spain on show, we'll see some fantastic talent over the next 2 weeks. But for the home nation, it's all about getting ready to welcome the world in 362 days.
The 2010 FIFA World Cup will be in South Africa. Nelson Mandela took the World Cup and he said the dream becomes a reality.
Today is the day Kenako Elamangamu. This indeed is a great day for South Africa.
Well, I'm delighted to say Lee Dixon will be with me for every match of our coverage, and in the hot seat next to him today, Garth Crooks for Spain against New Zealand, and also we're looking back to the opening match between South Africa and Iraq. We should explain a little bit about the Confederation Cup. It's changed since its origins back in '92. Essentially, it's the winners of all the continental competitions, and this time the hosts, South Africa, of next year's World Cup. And it's a really important competition, perhaps more than ever for South Africa, because this isn't so much about the football, although that would be nice for them. It's about getting this tournament right, isn't it? And making sure they can get people into stadiums and that the whole thing can come off.
Big dress rehearsal for them, and everybody's watching now, and hopefully they've got it all right. A lot's been said about whether the stadiums are going to be right, whether the security is going to be right, and we're going to see a little snippet of what's going to happen in 365 days' time. So everyone's looking forward to it. We certainly are, to see the games. There's some great teams involved. Can South Africa perform on the pitch and also off the pitch?
Yeah, because the fans, I mean, a lot's been made of the kind of security, but the fans in domestic football, they don't necessarily have seat numbers. They kind of sit where they want. They apparently have problems turning up on time as well. There's a kind of like laissez-faire attitude to the matches. So, you know, the FIFA really want a kind of organised, structured event. And also, the fans might not be able to afford tickets next year. So this is a big day for them, isn't it? A big tournament for them.
These are some of the challenges, Gabby. This is Africa. And whenever there's been a tournament in Africa, you have spontaneity as part of the fun. You go to a lot of European competitions, it's very rigid, and it takes away a bit of that spontaneity. Africa is about spontaneity, it's about colour, it's about excitement. You're quite right, they've got to bring people to the games. Can they afford it? Can they get them in? So they've got to have a little bit of structure and organisation as well. But as Lee quite rightly says, it's now about how good are the team. We want to see the team. You've got the competition. How good are the team? And I think we'll know in this tournament.
OK, thanks a moment, chaps. Well, in its current format, the Confederations Cup has brought together the best of every continent since 1997. But its origins go back further than that. And along the way, there have been some pretty illustrious winners.